Yo dudes, what's up? This is PlanetKeef with episode 30 of the weekly vlog thing. Actually, it should maybe be 31 because I didn't manage to do a vlog thing last week because I had been away in London from Friday to Monday. So that meant, well, 1 day missing from each of 2 weeks, which, you know, was okay. I had a great time. It was like a holiday. Well, it was a holiday because I didn't do any work. And yeah, anyway, so now I'm back. So I'll cover that weekend in London and the highlights of the following week. Okay, here we go. So the first Friday I went to London on a Megabus coach, and I very nearly missed it because in Leeds there's the city bus station, and adjoining that, and you know, the other half of the same building is the National Express bus station, and I assumed because it was a coach it would go from the National Express bus station, but because it wasn't National Express it went from the city bus station, stand number 1, and I only realised that about 10 minutes before it was due to leave. So that, well, it was okay. And yeah, long, tedious, boring, you know, coach journey, 4.5 hours basically, plus about half an hour lateness getting through congested London. So that was it, and went and found my son in his new flat, which is actually only a 5-10 minute walk from Victoria Coach Station. So that is marvellous, because I didn't want to be risking COVID-ness by getting on, you know, crowded public transport. So being able to walk it was grand. Anyway, so yeah, we went to a pub, obviously, had a lot of beer, and then we went to a curry house, which was a bit weird, but I enjoyed the food. The service was peculiar. Saturday, the scheduled highlight of the day was lunch at The Pie Room, which is run by Calum Franklin, and I've got his book. I've cooked quite a lot of his pies, and I keep banging on about him in videos on KeefCooks, but, you know, deservedly, because he's genius. I think I know a lot about pies, but Calum Franklin knows quite a bit more, and he's a lot more patient than me. His pies look gorgeous, you know, the decoration is fantastic. Anyway, so that was the highlight, but to get there was, it's in Holborn. It's a fairly long walk, but we took it steady. We took about 3 hours to get there, there was no rush, and stopped at some notable places on the way, which were, you know, first of all, a little market in Pimlico, a little street market where son of KeefCooks bought some bacon and actually managed to hide his surprise when he was charged £9 for, you know, about 4 rashers. Then we walked on through St James's Park. It was a weird day. It was, you know, it would be sunny and bright, then it would rain, then it would be windy, then it would repeat. You know, the only thing we didn't get was snow, really. So it was kind of hard to know whether you needed your jacket on or off, because you can guarantee the minute you took it off, the weather would change and it'd have to go on again, or vice versa. Anyway, and then we tried to walk past Fortnum and Mason's, but obviously couldn't manage that. We had to go in, just to have a little nosy, didn't buy anything. And then the sun had risen over the yard arm. Well, actually, it was about 12:05, so we felt able to go and have a beer or a cider, because we actually went to the French House in Dean Street in Soho, which is somewhere that we always like to go because it's brilliant. It's kind of bohemian. They don't like it if you spend all your time looking at your phone, and they do this Normandy cider in a litre bottle, so we get one of those and share it, and it is just nectar. It's absolutely gorgeous stuff. And then it was time to wander off to the pie room and have a wonderful pie. I had mutton curry pie, and son of KeefCooks had potato dauphinoise, cheese and caramelised onion in a pie. It was so beautiful. I actually made my own version of that when I got back. Fantastic. A lot of fiddling, but worth it. Then we wandered back home and we went through Trafalgar Square, where there were a couple of demos going on, and about, you know, 300 policemen hanging about, and a helicopter being very low and noisy, and that was actually quite unpleasant. And then we got home, had a sit down, had a cup of tea probably, and went to a pub or two in the evening. Oh yeah. Sunday, 2 targets for Sunday. One was to go to Borough Market, which is the absolute foodie heaven again, and in the afternoon to go and see the blockbuster film Dune. So my little feet were killing me from the previous day because I had done like 21,000 steps, and that might be a lot for you, might not. It's a lot for me, and my ankles were telling me all about it. So we got a bus to Borough Market and had a good look round, and then we started walking back west on the South Bank. So we went past the Globe, Shakespeare's Globe, and the Turbine House, the Tate Modern. We had about an hour to spare, so I suggested we might just go and have a quick look in the Tate Modern. But it turned out you had to do a timed entry, meaning you had to go on their website and book a slot when you would be allowed in. And I think they were like every half hour. But the first available slot was an hour from then. So yeah, that didn't work. So we didn't do that this time. Maybe next time. And then son of KeefCooks says, right, there's this place just over the river that does excellent ramen. Are you up for it? I said, yes, of course I am. But we got there and it was shut. No. So we ended up back in Soho in a really peculiar Chinese Szechuan hot and spicy noodle beef thing. It was lovely. It was really nice. And then we went back. Did we get a bus then? I don't know. No, I can't remember. Anyway, we had to get to the cinema, which was the British Film Institute IMAX in beside Victoria Station. I've been to one IMAX film before, and it was a long time ago in Dubai. I can't remember what the movie was, but I can remember looking at this gigantic screen and just being, having my little mind melted. Now, Dune, this remake of Dune, has been made for IMAX, and they've really squeezed every inch of IMAXness out of it that they can. So because it was booked quite late, we ended up having to be on the front row. And you might think that's good, but actually with an IMAX, it's not. You are about 10 metres away from the screen, but your eye level is the bottom of the screen, and it is the height of a 7-storey building. So, if you've got somebody's face filling the screen, they kind of taper towards the top like an Easter Island statue. Peculiar. But, it was fantastic. Very loud in places, much too loud for comfort, but visually stunning, absolutely amazing effects, and it were grand. And then another pub, and I didn't think I wanted any more food, but we went to a Mexican restaurant on the South Bank in front of the Royal Festival Hall called Wahaca. It's in a pile of shipping containers, very trendy and actually very good. We had about 9 different small plates, and they all got polished off, and it was really good, yeah. Monday, back to Leeds. So the coach was leaving at 11 o'clock, and son of KeefCooks had the inspired idea that we should go and get a cooked breakfast from the Regency Cafe. Now, I've been to this place a couple of times before, and I adore it. It's a traditional sort of greasy spoon, not as greasy as it might have been at one point, but it's been used as a set location for quite a number of films. The food is excellent and it's cheap. And this is a stone's throw from the Houses of Parliament. Yeah, the breakfast I think was £6.50, including a toast and tea. It was great. So polished that off and then wandered over to the coach station. And the coach was half an hour late leaving, and probably a bit more over half an hour late arriving in Leeds, and the driver couldn't find the stop because there was building work going on around the back of the station. So he let us jump out on the road, and then I couldn't find my other bus stop to get me home because there's work going on all over that. In fact, it's the Corn Exchange environs are being improved, which meant that the bus station, the bus stop, I had no idea. I eventually found it, and so it was actually 6 o'clock by the time I got home. You know, I'd expected 4:30, but yeah. Anyway, okay. On to the following week. Nothing much happened through the week, but on Friday, my KeefCooks mug arrived. I don't know if you've been on KeefCooks. I've been flogging these through Teespring, and if you want one, you can find the link on any video on KeefCooks. But I couldn't get a sample, a cost price sample, earlier because there was something wrong with their website. Anyway, they finally got it working, and so I was able to order that, and it arrived on Friday, and it's very nice. I mean, it's completely weird. How narcissistic is it to be drinking out of a mug with your own mugshot on it 3 times? Weird. Also, Friday was bonfire night, but we didn't do anything because the end of the street had organised firework party for Saturday night, so we'd all put some money in for food and fireworks. Right, so Saturday, the fireworks, I decided that I would take my camera and my tripod and try and get some fantastic shots of fireworks, because I'd be able to see when they're going off and I'd be able to trigger it at the right time. Unfortunately, I was far too close, and you know, I could really only get further away by going down the end of the street and being a bit antisocial. So I got quite a few photos just of things going whoosh, just the, you know, the jet stream, but not the actual blossom of light. Anyway, that was my 2 weeks. Hope you enjoyed hearing about it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.